Walmart for 25 years, and I never experienced anything crazy there before. That was until last week. I think if this happened to anyone without the sort of training I got from the military, it could have ended much worse. At the beginning of spring, when the temperature started going back up, this guy in front of my local Walmart started selling water bottles out of a cooler for $1. I saw him outside the entrance every time I went shopping for a few months. I could never tell if he was homeless or not, but I always assumed he was. It never bothered me since I don't work at Walmart and I don't have any reason to care. But I never bought anything from him. I know it's going to be hot outside when I leave the house. I bring water with me. Simple as that. When I went shopping last week, he was there just like usual. He seemed a little agitated that day and was being pushier than usual. As I walked up to the door, he singled me out and stepped out in front of me, trying to get me to buy water. I refused and tried to walk around him, but he continued to block me from entering the store, and he became even more aggressive with his tactics. Come on, you're telling me a big husky boy like you isn't thirsty in this heat? Buy a water, man. It's ice cold. And you think insulting me is going to work? Back off. I'm not buying. What's your problem, man? I'm trying to help you out, and you're yelling in my face? Just ask someone else, dude. I'm done with this. Eventually, I walked past him and got into the store. But he followed me inside, continuing to shout at me to buy a bottle of water. An employee at the front of the store quickly confronted him. They argued for a moment, but eventually the man finally let it go and left. I had a long grocery list, as I usually do, so I wanted to get through it. My first item on the list was canned food. The aisle wasn't far from the entrance, and it didn't take me long to get there. I stopped my cart and reached down to grab the green beans on the lower shelf, when all of a sudden, someone hit me in the back of the head. I was completely caught off guard. By the time I could even turn around, I had already been hit several times. The attacker hit me right in my eyes. I was so disoriented that I couldn't even tell how many people there were or who they were. It felt like I was being jumped by 3 or 4 people. I tried to step back and make space, but they stayed right on me the whole time. I finally put up my defenses and got my first good look at my attacker. It was that same man from before. He kept punching me in the face. I pushed him back only for him to rush forward and grab me by the arm and keep hitting me. I fought back by punching him in the chin several times, but somehow he was unfazed. I couldn't escape this hold on me, so I reached into my pocket for my knife. I pulled it out and put it to his throat, demanding he let me go. He grabbed it instead. We fought over the knife, trading blows with our other hands. When both of our hands were grabbing at the handle, he resorted to kicking me in the groin. Due to the shock of the pain, my focus on the knife slipped for a moment, and that's when he grabbed it. I staggered back, trying to make space. The attacker paused, smirking with success. For a moment, time slowed to a crawl. The threat to my life had just been severely intensified. I got my bearings on my surroundings, noticing for the first time that we were actually surrounded by a crowd of people. But instead of doing anything to help me, they had taken out their phones and were filming. I had no time to feel injustice, though. The attacker lunged at me, thrusting the knife through the air. Just then, an old muscle memory came back to me. A piece of CQC training from boot camp when I was 18 years old. 25 years later, I used it for the first time in a real-life scenario. I quickly blocked the rushing attack and disarmed the man as he tried to stab me, grabbing hold of it myself. My muscle memory also led me to stab the man twice without even thinking about it. Luckily, I only hit his arms. He shouted in pain and tripped over himself, collapsing to the ground. I stood there in a queasy state, wondering if he was going to get up and come at me, wondering if I would have to stab him again. Thankfully, when he got to his feet, he turned around and ran right out of the store. Nobody tried to stop him, and I didn't go after him. I was pretty shaken up, both by the attack itself and with what I had proven myself to be capable of so automatically. Some people finally came up to me, and after talking with them for a while, I felt mostly normal again. A bit later, the police showed up, as well as a news crew. I gave my statements to the police, and then figured I should agree to do an interview with the reporters while the memory was fresh. This wasn't the way I envisioned I'd be on the news if I ever did. And one of the strangest things to me is that after everything, at the end of the day, I still needed to get groceries. When I returned to shopping, I had to go back to the exact same spot where it happened, right in front of the can of green beans. As I reached down to grab them, I had a flashback to the fight. At the time, I didn't realize he was saying anything, but suddenly I remembered him screaming about something. It was the reason why he was attacking me. His cooler full of water had been stolen while he was in the store with me, and somehow he blamed me for it. He was trying to punch my teeth in for stealing his cooler. I really don't understand this world. There are no words.